بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Welcome to Al-Iman Family Services. Today I will be asking the controversial question that always gets me into troubles, which is whether man is equal to woman in Islam. And before I jump to conclusions, I'm gonna go ahead and answer the questions. Yes, man is equal to women in Islam, because Allah said in the Quran, أني لا أضيع عمل عامل منكم من ذكر أو أنثى المؤمنون والمؤمنات بعضهم أولياء بعض. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. The translation is that Allah said that I do not undermine the reward of an act of either one of you, male or female, and that you are supporters to each other. And the Prophet ﷺ indicated that we're all in the position of responsibility as male and female, and we're accountable for these responsibilities in front of Allah Azza wa Jal equally. Now that has been said, now we also need to be mindful that the equality comes in accountability, not necessarily in responsibilities, because Allah said, وَمِن كُلِّ شَيْءٍ خَلَقْنَا زَوْجَيْنِ اثْنَيْنِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَذَكَّرُونَ. From everything we have created, we created it in pairs, so that the pairs are able to complete each other's, not necessarily to compete with each other's. Now, we have in electrons and we have in neutrons. They come together to create the atom. In chemical reactions, there always has to be attractions from each side to create and formulate a new product. So this notion of needing for each other to complete and complement each other exists in the universe and in the sunnah of the creations of Allah Azza wa Jal. So that means that there is no need to look at one side is superior than the other side, but rather let's look in and let's enjoy the differences that each side brings to the family. Because we say here in Canada, the secret of our strength comes from our diversity, and the secret of the strength for the family comes from the diversity of the skills and the responsibilities that each side provide to the family. In a million years, no man will be able to give a birth to a child, no matter how advanced the technology and medicine will be. And in a million years, in my assessment and my own perception, no man will be doing a good job to raise a child like what a mother will be able to do. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ indicated that Al-Jannah underneath the feet of mothers. So that has been said. We need not to draw the symmetrical analysis between the two sides, or say one side is superior than the other sides, but let's draw the analogy of we're both in need for each other to be able to create a much more comprehensive and incubator environment for the family. The family is like the incubator that provides whatever the necessities for children to grow up and become decent individuals. And that's where comes in effect the family and the role of each side to provide to the other side. In traditional societies, we know that man would be used to go outside and hunt and face challenges and difficulties, and women would be taking care of the family. Now, the merit of this principle is still there, that each side is playing a role. Now, both man and woman in general are working to contribute for the family, but there has to be somehow an arrangement between the two sides to ensure that the skills that each side provide for the family will be healthy enough and will be enough to provide what is needed for the children to be able to grow up as decent individuals. I hope with this that this controversial issue would be clarified, because I do come across this issue a lot in my couple therapy, and the reason why I brought it into this short clip is to help us be able to understand that these differences should be bringing a strength to each other, not necessarily creating divisions and troubles between the two sides. Jazakumullah khairan. Do not forget to follow or subscribe and forward this message to others around you. وجزاكم الله خيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.